Okay, this is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by Miss Beck Connolly and also Miss Nina Hughes ahead of their clash on April 15th at York Hall on the MCK show. Beck, I'll start with you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Like I just said, been running around like a headless chicken today, achieving absolutely zero. Been one of them days, but go to bed, try to forget it.
Okay. All right, no worries. And Nina, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Literally just got in from training, so tired as well.
Okay, well, I'm glad we found a time to kind of make this work that kind of suited everyone-ish. So, Beck, I'll start with you. Obviously, you were more recently in action. We spoke after your fight.
Thanks for the wristband.
Yeah, no problem. I don't know if I'm allowed to declare that, but that didn't come. But yeah, Sky Nicholson obviously wasn't to be your night, but you can take kind of some sort of positive from it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what a card to be on. Like, for a start, I got to watch some of the Maxi Hughes fight afterwards as well. Like, absolutely amazing. But if you had to write down on paper, like, the worst possible fight I could be in, it would be with a southpaw, like, move, dance around. It would be Sky Nicholson. So I took on my absolute, like, most feared opponent really in that, and yeah, I had a cracking night. It was good. Yeah.
Okay, and Nina, the question to you, I suppose, is that we spoke about. I spoke about this with Beck and also Sky about this fight even happening with your fight scheduled for April 15th, and as adamant as Beck was that, you know, she wasn't going to get stopped, it's still a concern because your fight was still happening.
Yeah, I was very nervous watching. It was just because, like, it could be a head clash, could be a cut. You don't know what's going to happen, do you? So obviously, I was praying that there was no injuries and it wouldn't get stopped. So I'm glad it's all she's come out unscathed.
Well, Beck, you can actually confirm and just say that everything, obviously, health-wise, etc. after that fight, that you're good to go, obviously, for April 15th.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? If it hadn't been for my landlord, the fight probably wouldn't have happened. But my kids and eating have to come first, unfortunately. But it was a fight that there was no way Sky was going to let me get in close. Like, there was absolutely not a chance in hell that when she's got that kind of movement that she'd ever come for an actual, like, in close fight. So I was praying to the boxing gods hard. My kids were praying at home, and yeah. So my landlord was happy. I was happy. We've all come out unscathed, and everything can go ahead because February hit me. It was February, wasn't it? February hit me really hard, like, because I do rely on the money from fighting, and there was nothing else going, like, literally nothing else. So yeah, pleased.
Okay, Nina, just to finish off on that, I mean, listen to Beck there, you can obviously understand her reasoning for wanting to get that fight in ahead of your one.
Of course.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand why she took the fight, and it's part of boxing. It is what it is. Obviously, for my part, it was just like praying that it still go ahead. But yeah, it's boxing. I've got no issues there.
Okay, yeah, so attention, that's in the past now. Attention draws to April 15th, which is obviously not this Friday, but next Friday at York Hall. The fight that should have already happened by now is going to happen next Friday. So, yeah, you girls get a chance to obviously get it on for a fight that possibly should have happened over the last sort of 2 or 3 months. But, you know, circumstances, whatever. And Beck, you obviously, you're up for this like you are up for any fight.
Yeah, as you can, like, probably hear, like, COVID, I didn't have any of the symptoms that normal people have or anything like that. And I have to say, like, I've had worse flu, but I haven't since been able to get rid of, like, I'm perfectly well before, like, that gets out there. Like, there's no pain, no nothing. Like, I've had strep throat, like tested for everything. I'm absolutely healthy, but since having it, like I've got a sore throat like all the time. Like it's really, really weird and tired. Like, yeah, I think COVID's a bit of a weird one. I think everyone's had it slightly differently. And yeah, it's really not been that great. But as you saw on Saturday, I was perfectly healthy and I was perfectly healthy to get backstage at it.
And Nina, for yourself, obviously this was meant to have been, like I said previously, a fight that was meant to have happened for you. This is now your second professional fight, but you'll be kind of pleased to get this fight on as well as BEC.
Yeah, of course. I've just been dying to get back in the ring, really. It just seems a long time coming. So yeah, I've been training hard, and yeah, it's been like 4 months now. So I'm just I just want to get in there.
Nina, I'll come back to you with a question here. That, you know, obviously people who know boxing kind of know BEC from around the circuit of being in with everyone. What do you take from that statistic that she's been in with, you know, the likes of whoever? I mean, we've reeled off these names over however many interviews, but what do you take from that? The fact that she's been in with everyone. Obviously, none of these girls have managed to stop BEC, but what do you take from that going into your fight?
Yeah, I know she's tough. I know she comes to win and she doesn't shy away from anyone. So, yeah, I know she's going to come and bring it and it'll be a good fight.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, BEC, it's a conversation that we have quite, I suppose, regularly before fights, etc. Almost reeling off names and stuff. But yeah, you going into this fight with Nina Hughes, what does Nina like kind of possess differently from any of the other fighters that you face potentially?
Yeah, like I've just always been, like, it's good to test yourself. Like, as a fighter, I think too many people shy away from them tests. And I understand why the elite, like, plan their route to the top. Like, I get it completely. As a business, as everything else. But for me, on a personal level, I want to know that I get to retirement going, they thought highly of that girl. Like, I went in with her. Like, I did that with her. Like, Nina's thought highly of. Like, you don't get cheap Team GB and everything else. And I like as a fight fan, because I think people forget that foremost, like, I'm a fight fan. That's my kind of fighter. Like, that's the kind of fighter that I like to watch. That's an entertaining fighter in Nina. Whereas some of the other girls, I think, their class, like I could only dream of having the technical ability that they have, but as a fight fan, it's not what I want to see. So yeah, no, I'm excited. It'll be good, and like I say, we'll have a drink afterwards. I always do.
But BEC, is that enough for you? Like what you said there, is that enough for you? You know what you just said there, like as you move like forward in your career, etc. Is that okay with you? Are you okay, content with that?
Yeah, I think because I always push myself in the gym. Like I never ever settle with where I was. I'm forever being the best version of BEC. Like there's so many outside factors that depend on fight night, like showcasing that. Like you can't always showcase everything you're able to do. Like you absolutely cannot. Like there's so many outside influences. Like you could have just got a text message telling you that so and so's done this and you're in the changing room and it changes everything. But I know I put my all into it every day. I know it's the best version of me, and as long as I get out of there knowing that I gave it everything, that there was nothing else I could do. I don't come from a privileged background. I don't come from Team GB. I don't have any history in it all. I've just done it purely out of something that's just in my heart. Like I love doing it, and I like that feeling of being tested to the absolute limit. And like, don't get me wrong, like the wins on my record, and I could have stayed like before I turned over, like banging girls in, like out weekend in, weekend out. But there was no testing that for me. Like it was a different level. And then I stepped up, and I will say, I don't think there's many journey women. Like, I don't think they really exist the same as the men exist. I think even the Eastern European girls and everything, they come to fight. They bring a fight. Like, they're in there to win. Like, I've never met any female in the sport that is there to roll over. And that's the God's honest truth. Maybe there are, maybe I'm naive. but I haven't come across that, and I hope that stays the same with the women. But as I say, like, I know I'm better than them, and I know that some of the like now we're getting the depth to the division that was never going to happen in my generation of fighters, but they're starting to come through. And the next gen, like, you've got the superstars coming on through that I will absolutely take on. I kind of consider myself a gatekeeper, as I said, and I think I've earned that with the fights I've been in. But there's also like a lot of other young pros and people coming through that I could probably take on, knowing that it's a much fairer fight, and I do stand a lot more of a chance. But I'm time limited. I'm getting on a little bit. 30 years approaching. And I just want to leave knowing that I fought the best. Like, I don't care about the losses on the record. I don't care about the little internet warriors that are putting negative comments or anything like that. I really don't. I care about what my family, my friends, my local people, my gym think of me. And I always put my heart on the line. I always wear my heart on the sleeve, and I'm proud of me for that. Like, I've come a long way from the girl that I was to turn over in the first place. So yeah, I'm real proud of that.
Nina, just kind of a question relating to Beck and what she's talking about there. I think a lot of kind of girls like yourself who are kind of just started on the professional scene, they look at kind of Beck Connolly as that kind of gauge to where they are in that career. Is that the same for you going into this fight?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a step up, and it's a test that I've got to get past. So getting past Beck will move me on to the next level.
Okay. But a stack card at York Hall next weekend, Friday the 15th. So, yeah.
2 title fights on, isn't there?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, a fight with Gavin and Luke headlining the show. But yeah, you girls are going to do your thing as well. Just a quick reaction before I let you both go to Savannah Marshall retaining a world title with a stunning KO win. We don't always see that in boxing, but that was almost a showreel knockout from Savannah Marshall, which sets her fight up with Clarissa Shields for the summer, hopefully, pending whatever talks and stuff. But Nina, we're impressed with Savannah?
Savannah's absolute class, and yeah, her power is unbelievable. I can't wait for that Clarissa Shields fight, and I'm definitely going Savannah.
Beck?
Oh, she's one of my favourite people. Like, I just love the girl so much. And I love that even in a year, like, her confidence, like, speaking out and saying stuff has like really come on, because she's like class, isn't she? Like, you just like, yeah. Like, she'll definitely win this one. I can't wait for it. As a fight fan, I'm buzzing to see that. But no, she's one of my absolute favourite female fighters. Like, brilliant. And she's a class person as well. She's just a nice girl, and I just hope she does well, like, really well.
Tricky question to end on. What's the bigger fight? What's the bigger fight? Taylor Serrano or Marshall Shields? Nina?
What's going to be the better fight, did you say?
I said, what's the bigger fight?
The bigger fight.
Marshall Shields.
This is a horrible question, by the way. But
I don't know. They're pretty equal, aren't they?
Fence sitting. Beck?
Personally, I'm looking forward to seeing Marshall Shields more, but they're both huge fights, aren't they? Like, Serrano, like, I've been following since day dot, and she is a beast. Like, it doesn't even look like she takes a breath with some of the stuff she does. I'm like, is this possible?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a topic that's kind of come on social media over the last couple of days, and to be fair, it's actually irrelevant. Who cares what the bigger fight is? We're going to get to see both of them, Taylor and Serrano, at the end of this month, and then hopefully the fight with Shields and Marshall gets announced for the summer. So it doesn't matter what the bigger fight is. Just curious to know, because obviously each promotional company is like, they've got the bigger fight, etc. So we'll wait and see. But we're going to get to see them both. So we don't lose out either.
We all win. There we go.
Yeah, final word. Nina, obviously confident you're doing a job come April 15th.
Yeah, confident, training hard, and hopefully everything goes to plan.
And Beck, as always, you're confident that kind of you can. Well,
Yeah, this is kind of like that socially awkward moment when you face off for the weigh-in, isn't it? Like that. Do you know where to look? And do you know what to say?
I did wonder what awkward questions you'd try and ask us both.
No, it could have been more awkward, but we're just kind of yeah. Maybe fight week. I'll get a little bit braver. Who knows?
Okay.
Guys, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. And like I said, next weekend, Friday the 15th at York Hall, live on IFL TV and also ESPN Plus in America, if you're in America. We'll look forward to it. And yeah, we'll grab a word of you both fight week. So best of luck in the rest of your camp.
Gosh, thank you so much.
Right.
See you later.
Thank you very
See you
much.
later.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.